The 2026 Winter Olympics looked perfect on television. Snow, fireworks, smiling athletes. But behind the broadcast, something else was happening. Rail lines were cut, construction sites were breached, protests escalated into street clashes. And in the middle of it all, billions of public dollars were moving fast, very fast. While the world watched medals being awarded, Italy was dealing with something far more volatile. This wasn't just an Olympics, it was a pressure test. And it exposed cracks no one wanted to talk about. It began before the opening ceremony even finished. On February 8th, as the lights lit up San Siro, rail infrastructure in northern Italy was disrupted. Authorities reported cables had been deliberately cut near Bologna and Venice. Thousands of fans were stranded. Trains stopped mid-route. Transportation between venues slowed to chaos. Officials called it sabotage. Investigations were launched. But the question lingered. Who benefits from disrupting a global event in real time? Then came the incident in Cortina. At the newly built bobsleigh track, a refrigeration pipe weighing hundreds of kilos was found disconnected. Authorities said it appeared intentional. The track had already faced controversy, environmental objections, budget criticism. And days before inspection, the cooling system was compromised. Officials described it as an attack on Olympic infrastructure. Critics called it a symbolic protest. Either way, it rattled confidence, because when athletes are traveling at 90 miles per hour on ice, even small disruptions matter. So why was tension this high? Because these games were marketed as sustainable. But not everyone agreed with that label. Instead of reusing existing facilities abroad, Italy chose to construct new venues, including that bobsleigh track in Cortina. Environmental groups argued forest land was cleared, activists organized, and what started as opposition grew into something larger. Tens of thousands marched in Milan. Police deployed tear gas and water cannons. Firecrackers were thrown near secured areas. The Prime Minister referred to radical elements as enemies of Italy. Supporters said the government was protecting national pride. Critics said it was silencing dissent. Two narratives. One Olympic stage. Then there was the money. Initial budget estimates hovered around $1.3 billion. By the final stretch, estimates exceeded $1.7 billion with ongoing revisions. Large-scale public projects move quickly, and when they move quickly, oversight becomes harder. Italian prosecutors reportedly examined certain subcontracting processes. Questions were raised about bidding transparency. No sweeping convictions, no dramatic courtroom finales, but enough smoke to keep journalists digging. Because when billions are involved, people pay attention. Even inside the arenas, tensions surfaced. Curling, usually a quiet, precise sport, saw heated exchanges over rule interpretations. Microphones picked up frustration. Commentators debated sportsmanship. It wasn't scandalous, but it was revealing. Pressure was everywhere. And then geopolitics entered the frame. During a live Swiss broadcast, a commentator made controversial political remarks about an athlete. The Olympic Committee intervened. The broadcaster apologized. But neutrality, the sacred Olympic principle, felt more fragile than ever. The games weren't isolated from the world, they mirrored it. And hovering over all of this was a simple question. What is the real cost of hosting the modern Olympics? The final bill grows. Security expands. Protests escalate. Governments issue emergency decrees to keep projects moving. Supporters say it's necessary. Critics say it shields accountability. And the public? They're left holding the receipt. The 2026 Winter Olympics will be remembered for athletic achievements. Records broken, dreams realized. But it will also be remembered for something else. Disrupted infrastructure, escalating public anger, budget pressure, political tension bleeding into sport. The Olympics are supposed to unite the world. In 2026, they revealed how divided it already is. And if this much tension surfaced during a global celebration, what happens when the spotlight moves away? If you think this was just about medals, Look again. Click here to watch why the Verizon outage was more than just a glitch. Because sometimes, the real story isn't what fails. It's what almost did. I'll see you there.